right, Wimpy, thank you. And indeed, once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball from the beautiful ballpark at Arlington. Lance Johnson to lead it off. Lance hitting at .302, 8 homers. He has knocked in 44. He has been hot. But Lance, his last 53 at-bats, has 24 hits. That ball hit hard into right field. Tettleton goes back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Solo shot by Lance Johnson. His 9th of the year. And it's 1-0 good guys. Mercer.
Thou shalt not pass. I'll tell you what, Lance Johnson getting up there looking first pitch fastball, got the big head of that bat out front and nailed it. Boy, that was just a laser going out of here. So the one dog improves on that career high total of 9 homers now, 45 driven in, and the Sox jump on the board first, 1-0. Wow.
Did not take long to leave the yard as Tim Raines steps in. Rock hitting at .298, 12 homers. He's knocked in 60. Boy, that was just a laser by Lance Johnson, as there's a fastball strike. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Raines 7 for 22 this season against Texas with a homer, and he's knocked in 3. That's a breaking ball low. 21 the count. Here at the ballpark, a lot of different numbers and configurations in that outfield. 332 down the left field line, 390 in left center, 404 in deep left center, 400 straightaway center, 407 in deep right center. There's a strike. 381 in right center as well. 349 down to the corner. They've got all kinds of different numbers out there. Beautiful, beautiful ballpark here in Arlington. He could not check it up, says Tim McClellan, and there's one gone.
Well, Kevin Gross's best pitch is the curveball, and that's what he's got to get over the plate. And of course, he can finish him off with a good hook right here.
Lance Johnson, his 9th homer this year. First ball fastball hunting, got it and hurt it.
I'll tell you what, when you get the head of a 36-ounce bat out front and hit it on the sweet spot, it's going to go fast and a long way.
Here's Dave Martinez. David hitting at .311, 5 homers. He's knocked in 28. 3 for 19 against Texas. Fouls that off Ivan Rodriguez. This is the 9th meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. As Wimpy told you, Texas has won 6 of the first 8. Sox are 0-2 here in Arlington. In fact, the Sox have lost 4 straight here at the ballpark. Up and in. 21 the count. So the Sox coming in 20-35 on the road. Rangers are 34-25 at home. Pitch popped up short left field. Here comes Rusty Greer. He's there, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And let's check out our picks to click this evening. Skip Ellis and our producer director of the crew went with Lance Johnson. What a call by Phil Moore.
Good one.
Wow. Wimpy, because Andy asked you?
Andy and Tommy both asked. Well, Tommy was absentia, but Andy was there. He made me.
So here is the Big Hurt, hitting at .322, 33 homers, 95 knocked in. Frank lifetime against Gross, 1 for 5. That's on the outside corner, says McClellan. So a big 10-game road trip coming up for the Sox. Sox stand 7 games back in that wild card spot race. You never know, Duke.
You never do. You never. Heck, the Rangers might lose 4 games here and gain a half game on that leader. The way things are going in the wild card race, crazy. Or that wild card hunt, as we call it.
That fastball, shank foul. Got that one towards the hosel. And the count evens at 2.
Let's go, go.
So finals in the American League. Yankees hurt Sweet lose Mariners 13-3 at the stadium. Woo. Got them early. California beat Baltimore 5-3 to break that 9-game losing streak. Tigers over the Tribe 3-2 in Detroit. Doubleheader at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Toronto won the first game. I believe it was 5-1. They have scored a run in the top of the first of game 2. Slaps that one foul. Also the Twinkies hurt the Brewers 9-6 at the Humphrey Dome.
Well, the Twins have been, they've been hot lately. They've been ruining a lot of things for some people in contention for the wild card, particularly the Rangers. Did they sweep them over there at the Humphrey Dome?
Yes, they did. Gross with a 2-2. Foul tip. Rodriguez hung on to it, and that'll retire the side, but not before Lance Johnson's 9th homer. And after a half inning of play, it's the Sox 1 and the Rangers coming to bat.
1-0 Sox. Bottom of the first inning, and here is Johnny Oates' Texas Ranger lineup for this evening. Leading off in center field, Otis Nixon. Batting second at second base, Mark McLemore. Will the Thrill Clark is at first, batting third. Cleanup man ever dangerous DH Juan Gonzalez. Mickey Tettleton plays right and hits fifth, followed by catcher Ivan Rodriguez. Rusty Greer is the left fielder, hitting seventh, batting eighth at third, Mike Pagliarulo, and bringing up the rear at shortstop, Benji Gill. Sox on defense have Raines, Johnson, and Mouton in the outfield. Ventura, Guillen, Durham, and Martinez are the infielders. Frank Thomas the DH. Lavalier and Beret the battery this evening.
Here's the switch hitting center fielder, Otis Nixon. Otis hitting at .285, no homers. He's knocked in 41, 36-year-old veteran. 7 for 32 against White Sox pitching this year. But he does have 35 thefts. Can't get that one.
One of the big keys to this ball game is to keep Nixon and the guys that can run fast. He and McLemore in particular off the base, because Jason Beret doesn't hold runners on well, and they'll steal easily.
Outfield way around to the left as the count moves to 2-1. Ventura coming in on that fake by Otis Nixon. Yeah, 56 stolen bases between Nixon and McLemore. And you can bet your sweet Bippy if they get on, they're going.
Oh, they're gone. Thank you.
Foul tip.
Come on.
They got a
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Excuse me, Huck. They've got a grand total of 5 between the rest of the 7 guys in the lineup of stolen bases. So these 2 guys are really key to this ball game.
That's slap foul. Not a huge crowd in attendance tonight. Rangers averaging 28,618. Just a magnificent stadium. A little Tiger Stadium out there in right field. Fenway Park in left. Kansas City in center. There's another shank.
Please. You're right. That is Kansas City in center. Look, you're right. Camden Yards just beyond the Kansas City.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a beautiful, beautiful ballpark. Once again, the 2-2. And once again, a souvenir left side.
I'll tell you what, I like our ballpark. Not enough good things are said about Comiskey Park.
We have a great ballpark. It's not as pretty. It's not as pretty as this ballpark, in my opinion, or Cleveland. But for the fan, the wide concourses, the spacious seating area. Now, the upper deck, this is a steep upper deck right here.
Darn right it is.
It's like the same thing in Cleveland.
Yeah, this goes back like the Oakland ballpark. Those fans seem like they're way away from the field in the upper deck.
Full count. Uh-oh. Walks the wrong man. But once again, Jason leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. You get all that good speed on it in the person of Nixon. He has just got to make sure he gets the hitter. He cannot let Nixon's speed intimidate him. McLemore hitting at .267, 3 homers. He's knocked in 36. He's just worn the Sox out this year. He's 10 for 19. He's 2 for 9 lifetime against Beret. Nixon takes off. Breaking ball, no chance. Good play by Ozzie, knocking it down. That's number 36.
Yeah, when you combine the deliberate delivery, it's easy for me to say, of Jason Beret, the high leg kick. Look at Nixon's off like a good base runner checks. He knows that ball is not put into play with that quick glance. Pitch was a breaking ball. That was a strike, by the way. Up on the board, they have a ball.
Bit of a gap in right center. McLemore fakes the bunt. Takes the fastball high, and that evens the count at 1.
McLemore's been a great addition to this team. He does a lot of little things to help your team win. And right now, he might be thinking he might not be able to pull Jason Beret. That's why you're seeing that bunt attempt. Get that runner to third.
Tries to bunt it, fouls it back. Just a little jab at it by Mark McLemore. And the count moves to 1-2.
Lordy.
Plus, he has played outstanding defensive baseball.
What's he doing bunting? Swinging a bat like that.
Well, you called it right. Maybe just not think he can pull Jason. Wants to try to get it over. Rangers a half game back behind Kansas City and Seattle for the wild card spot. They better do the little things if they're intending to win.
Well, the one thing that we have noticed about the Ranger team this year is they play hard and they try, and they've done the little things against the White Sox, which is a dramatic contrast from the slug it out type teams that they have had in the past.
Checks it up. He could not. And that's out number 1, a big out for Beret.
Good pitch by Jason with 2 strikes. The Fosh in the dirt. Acts just like a split finger pitch. And the slower the better. Take off on that 90-mile-an-hour plus fastball. You see he holds it in the back of his hand. And look at it, just nosedive as it gets to home plate. McLemore can hold up. He's trying to short stride it right there. You can see he goes. First out.
Here's Will Clark hitting at .302, 13 homers. He's knocked in 76. Curveball, yes.
Go, Will. Oh, Will, get it, kid.
Clark 2 for 2 lifetime against Beret, and against the Sox this year, he's 3 for 16. Ozzie's going to have to hang out a little bit around Otis Nixon.
Come on, kid. Go, Will.
High into left field. Tim Raines, that's a can of corn. Out number 2.
All right. Will Clark hitting .321 with runners in scoring position this year, so that's a big out. But he's still got a ways to go against Juan Gonzalez. I understand Gonzalez really been swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. Talking to some of the television and radio people here for the Rangers, he'll swing at that fastball way up out of the strike zone and the breaking balls in the dirt. So big strike zone to consider right here.
Well, he's a big man.
Yeah.
He's hurt the Sox this year. He's 9 for 25, 3 homers. He's knocked in 7. Against Beret, he's 2 for 7 with a long one. One nothing Sox. If you just tuned in, Lance Johnson hit the first pitch of the ball game out of the yard. There's the off-speed pitch, gets it over. He's been scuffling a little bit lately. Gonzalez 3 for his last 19. But huge power. That ball hit hard in the left. Raines looks up. You can put it on the board. Line drive, 2-run homer. Just a rocket. And it's 2-1 Texas.
Two-run number 21 for Gonzalez. Considering his at-bat total, that's a good number. He adjusts very nicely to this inside fastball from Beret. Actually, was inside corner. Boy, as you said, Hawk, he led with that front elbow and cleared that front side so nicely. And it's out of here.
So that's the 17th homer that Jason has thrown this year as Mickey Tettleton takes fastball strike. Mickey hitting at 226, 25 long ones. He's knocked in 61. There's a shot right at Tim Raines. Rocks there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the two-run homer by Juan Gonzalez. And after one, Texas by one. As you peruse our Southwest Airlines tail of the tape, Juan Gonzalez, two-run homer. Well, he just lit Jason Bray up in a heartbeat on that fastball inside part of the plate. A bullet out of here. As Robin Ventura gets set to lead it off for the Sox. It'll be Ventura, Mouton, and Durham. Robin hitting at 295, 23 homers. He's knocked in 79. Fastball upstairs. He's in good shape, 2-0. So Robin tied his career high in homers with 23. He's 2 for 7 lifetime against Gross. That's out of play left side. And the Sox announced they have made some September call-ups. They will join the club tomorrow. Doug Brady had that long hitting streak.
Yes.
Sounds. Drew Lorraine, big southpaw, acquired Jim Abbott deal. Mike Soroka, left-hander, who we really liked. Chris Snopek coming back. Chris Tremmy. They will join the club tomorrow. There's a base hit by Robin.
Go.
He's going to try it. Here's Tettleton's throw, not in time. So the double, Ventura's 18th of the season. Starts things off in fine fashion for the Sox here in the second.
Well, there's a lot of ground to cover out there in right center field. Big alleys. And Robin hit what appeared to be a routine single off the bat, but all of a sudden, with all that room between Tettleton and Nixon, he's able to get to second base rather easily. So he makes that contact out front. Nice hitting, that sweet swing of Ventura. So the Sox in business.
Here's big Lyle Mouton. Lyle hitting at 333, 4 homers. He's knocked in 17. He's been hot. In his last 14 at bats, he has 8 hits.
That's good. And Lyle's got that good opposite field swing working for him right now, Hawk. So I think he's just staying in his mode rather than concentrate on making that effort to hit it to the opposite way.
2-0 the count with Durham on deck. Run on 2 hits for the Sox. 2 runs on 1 hit for Texas. It's 3-0. Well, we mentioned the Sox 7 games back. Doesn't sound like a whole bunch, but you got 7 teams to climb over. That's bad news.
And every one of those teams can't lose.
I don't know the way they've been playing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. You know, it was 27 games counting this one tonight left in the season. There's a strike, 3-1. You never know. Sox keep playing hard, keep playing well. If you could, you know, it's not unreasonable. Sox have not had a real good streak all year.
Right.
To win 20 out of 27, 21 out of 27.
I was thinking that's what it, at least, is what they would have to do. As Lyle fouls that one off to the right.
Hey, it's all we got. Let's take it and run with it.
Darn right. We can still talk about it.
That's damn right.
It ain't over till it's over.
Full count to Lyle Mouton.
I haven't seen any fat ladies singing anywhere or heard her.
Tried to get up on top of that one, just underneath it. Finals in the National League. Cubs shut out the Rockies 2-0 at Wrigley. Cincinnati over Houston 6-1. Boy, the Reds have just absolutely dominated the Astros this year. What is that, 11-0 against them?
Yeah, if they won today, it's 12. That's 12-0. Yeah.
Giants beat Montreal 2-1. That's ball 4. So good eye by Lyle Mouton. And here comes Ray Durham.
And if Kevin Gross continues to pitch Lyle away all night long, I'd look for him to do some damage in this ball game.
Durham hitting at .271, 6 homers. He's knocked in 45. He's faced Gross 7 times, has 1 hit. So Gross, a big 6'5", 230-pound right-hander out of Claremont, California. As that ball bunted away, not a real good effort right there by Ray. The count 0-1.
No, he was moving. Wasn't just set on getting the ball down.
So Gross in his career 20 games under the 500 mark. He has won 127 times. He has lost 147. Got the George Custer look. Up high. Watch out, Robin. Nice play by Benji Gill. Having to go back to his right and come up with it.
Well, you talk about that so often. That is such a dangerous spot to be in. The runner at second base in a bunt situation. If you don't have great speed, you know you got to get a great jump. If he bunts through it, that catcher is got a great shot at picking you off, especially with an arm like Rodriguez.
I was getting ready to say, when you got Rodriguez' arm on the plate, that even makes it double tough. Not another. That's another bad effort by Durham, in the count 1-2.
Yeah, he's just jabbing at the ball right there, almost trying to. Looks like he's trying to get the bunt for a base hit.
Well, you mentioned it earlier in his first attempt. He's moving. If you're going to sacrifice bunt, the less movement you have with that head, the better off you're going to be, as is when you're hitting. If you got that head moving, it's hard to lay it down.
Yeah, you got to keep your head still, and bunting. Best bunter I've seen teaching it anyway was Maury Wills, just trying to catch the ball with your bat, kind of giving ever so slightly, and you'll deaden it.
He's going to get the job done with a 1-2 count, and he even gets better. He beats it out for the base hit. So that'll load him up with nobody out.
Wow, bunting on 2 strikes. He deadened this one. He was bunting for a base hit without a doubt, but actually he waited back a little bit longer. And man, that's a tough play. The only guy with a chance is Gross, and as you can see, Durham with that great speed beats it easily.
So here's Mike LaValliere. Spanky hitting at .203. But in his last 9 at-bats, he has 4 hits. Looks at it down low. Sacks packed with Sox here in the top of the 2nd inning. Ventura at 3rd, Mouton at 2nd, and Durham at 1st. Oh, Spankaroo. There's a good pitch on the outer half to even the count at 1. That's good. 390.
That's great. Spank, clear these bases and then run like heck.
That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah.
Fastball strike, good pitch. So now he's got to work. A ball and 2 strikes. He's had moderate success against Gross, 13 for 51, and 12 of them stayed in the park.
Faced him a lot in the National League when Kevin was with the Phillies, Dodgers. What else did he pitch for? Montreal. A couple of years.
Big pitch right here.
Ooh,
as he
Gordy.
nubs it, that's going to stay fair as Pags picks it up, steps on third. Ventura scores, and this game is tied at 2.
Wow, that was a Willie Mosconi shot right down the third baseline. Pags really was going to wait and see if it whirled foul, but it wouldn't. His only play really was to third base. A curveball, little nudge. If you don't see this, but Robin Ventura ran right into Big Tim McClellan as he crossed home plate. We got a shot of that. Neither one of them went down, but that was a pretty good collision. What do you do?
Here's Ozzie. Ozzie hitting at 245 on 1 homer. And he's knocked in 32. He's had trouble against Texas this year. 23 at-bats, just 3 hits. 2 of those 3 hits coming off Kevin Gross.
That's the one positive thing we're looking for.
Yes, it is.
Well, as we mentioned, Ozzie has really struggled since the All-Star break. What was he? He was hitting 285 at the break, and now he's down to 245.
Big gap in right center. Fastball high. Good eye. Good speed at second. In Durham. And Lavalier, who last week scored on a single from first base. Yes, a single. There's a ground ball. Clark's got it. He can pick it. Gill's return throw. Not in time. They force Spanky. And that's out number 2.
Well, Will Clark is a first baseman, a lot like Keith Hernandez. Guy I played with a little bit with the Mets. Got great range, can catch the ball to either his right or left, and just outstanding throwing to bases, and does not possess good speed. But that first couple of steps is very quick. As you can see, Will takes the hit away from Ozzie to his left, makes the good throw. Very close at first base, but Ozzie beat it.
Easy. Here's Lance Johnson. As Ozzie almost gets picked off. They almost got it.
Well, that's from the Chet Lemon School of Base Running.
He was going. Lance, if you just joined us, hit the first pitch of the ball game out of the park. 9 homers. He is now 25 for his last 54.
I doubt if he'll see a fastball in this at bat.
Takes it up high. Lance also climbing up there, and among the league leaders in hits. Knobloch, I don't know what he did today coming in. Lance just 6 back. Knobloch leading the league with 154. Lance now coming in 149. He now has 150.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he caught him. He's getting that extra at bat every game in that leadoff spot. And he doesn't walk it too much.
There's a chopper. McLemore has it over to Clark, and that'll do it. But the Sox come up with a run. After an inning and a half, this game is tied at 2. 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Jason Bray on the hill will face Ivan Rodriguez, Rusty Greer, and Mike Pagliarulo. They're taking some particulars for you. In that 13-3 Yankee victory over the Mariners. Andy Petit the winner. Edgar Martinez cranked out number 27. Bernie Williams number 16. 24,885 in New York. 13-3 Yankees. Tigers beat Cleveland 3-2. Sadowski. What does that mean in Polish? Sadowski. Man, right-hander who
beat the Tribe. Say what? They might want to sign him to a long-term deal.
Clark the loser. California beat Baltimore 5-3. Abbott the winner. Moyer the loser. As Rodriguez. Ivan hitting at .318, 11 homers. He's knocked in 54. 1 for 8 lifetime against Beret. Going to the count. Minnesota 9, Milwaukee 6. Trombley the winner. Carl the loser. John Jaha is 16th. Jeff Cirillo was 9th. Kevin Seitzer is 5th. Kirby Puckett hit a pair. He now has 22. The Puckmeister. That's off Beret. He has time. And guns him out. A pretty good shot right there off the leg of Beret.
Yes, it was. He hit that ball hard as Mark Anderson and Terry Bevington on their way out to the mound. Jason says he's all right. Boy, the pitch was away. He hits it hard right back up the middle. It was a breaking ball, too. That's a nice job of hitting right there. Jason very quickly got to it. And by the way, Sadowski is Orchard.
It is?
Yes.
So Jason will take a couple of pitches. So while he checks it out, a reminder, the first 20,000 fans attending the September 15th game against the Mariners will receive winged sock caps reminiscent of the 1950s White Sox logo. Compliments of Insure One. Tickets are available by dialing 312-831-1-SOX as winged sock caps. Should be winged socks caps.
That's what I thought. When I think of a sock cap, I think of one of those winter hats.
I think that might be what it is, Duke. But on the other side of that page, if there's 2, as Rusty Greer fouls it away, if there's 2 socks on the hats, it would be socks. If there's 1, it would be sock.
Yes.
Get my meaning?
Yeah, whatever. I have no idea what that is.
Rusty Greer can't get it. And the count 1-2. Rusty hitting .348 in his last 19 ball games. So he certainly has been upholding his end of the bargain, trying to keep the Rangers in there, who have been scuffling. As we mentioned, they have lost 8 out of the last 10.
And while we have a moment, I want to send out a special hello to Susan Jones from Houston, the wife of our crack statistician. I'm sure she's watching the ball game. Remember Bill spent his 25th anniversary with us a couple of years ago?
That ball looped down the right field line, and it's going foul. And they're still married?
For which Susan is eternally grateful. Susie finally has a legitimate job working for us.
1-2 the count. So far he's doing all right. Doing all right.
He's good.
2-2. First of the doubleheaders we mentioned, Toronto beat Kansas City 6-1. Hintgen the winner. Gubazah takes the loss. Sean Green did number 12. Paul Molitor number 14. John Olerud number 7. John Olerud. 7 home runs, all on the road. Totally amazing.
Yeah, strange year he's having.
All right, come on.
Cubs shut out the Rockies 2-zip. Castro. Is it Castro or Castillo? It's Castillo. Get ready to say it. I don't remember Castro. It's Castillo. Jonesy, write this down right.
Guy from Cuba, right?
Castillo, the
big
winner.
right-hander with a beard.
Ricard takes the loss. Sammy Sosa's 33rd homer, 2-run shot. 2-0 Cubs. Cincinnati beat Houston 6-1. Portugal a winner. Reynolds loser. Ron Gant is 29th. Santiago is 10th. Walton is 7th. Another souvenir.
Yeah, we're going to have to proofread all his work from here on out.
2 runs, 3 hits for the Sox. 2 runs, just 1 hit for Texas. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. Now this is nothing new for Jason. High fastball. You'll see an inordinate amount of foul balls off the Sox staff when Gray, Alex, Alvarez out there.
Yeah, they're always slightly underneath it.
That's not foul. But Mutah's there on the track at the edge. 2 down.
Just got it in on him enough to keep him in the ballpark.
Come on. Come on, baby. On board.
That'll bring up the 35-year-old veteran Mike Pagliarulo. Pags hitting at 225. A couple of homers. He's knocked in 21. 1 for 3 against Sox pitching this year. But he has knocked in 3.
Come on, Mike. Here we go. Come on.
Toronto looking to sweep Kansas City, leading 3-1, top of the 4th at Kauffman Stadium. There's a flash. Good strike.
Come on, Bagley. Come out.
Blue Jays got swept at Comiskey Park. Threw that fastball right by him. 1-2 the count.
Come on, Mike. Go ahead.
No score in the National League, bottom of the 3rd at Jack Murphy. That's in the Padres. Fighting Fish leading the Pirates 7-1, bottom of the 4th at Joe Robbie. Round of 4, St. Louis 2, bottom of the 4th at Fulton County.
Go, baby, right here. Yeah, lighting.
Chops that off-speed pitch foul. Well, the count hangs at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pagliarulo. Mike Pagliarulo, one of the nicest guys in this game. He is a gentleman, a pro. Fought a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's the kind of guy you cheer for when you're not playing him.
That Fosh rung him up. So Beret with a 1-2-3 inning, and after 2, it's tied at 2. That's the story here in the top of the 3rd inning. A couple of home runs, one by Lance Johnson, first pitch of the ball game, and a 2-run blast by Juan Gonzalez. RBI, Mike LaValliere. And this game is tied at 2. For the Sox, it'll be Raines, Martinez, and the big hurt Frank Thomas. Big Sox fan in attendance, Lieutenant Colonel Jack Georges, Operations Officer, Attachment 4, 4th Marine Division, Marine Reserves Force. Here rooting the Sox on to victory as Raines checks it up. And the strike. Say hello to the Chicago Marines on Foster Avenue, Cook County Sheriff's Department, from Jack Georges. Yes.
Some tough guys over there, wouldn't you think? Yes.
A little bit low, says McClellan, and the count evens at 1. Outfield straight up. Pagliarulo even with the bag off the line at 3rd. Clark off the line and back at 1st. Here's a shot base hit right back through the middle. So good speed aboard. And that'll bring up Dave Martinez as he steps in. A reminder, for authentic jerseys, jackets, caps, and even White Sox tickets, all you got to do is just stop by the White Sox Clubhouse shop located on the 2nd floor at 520 Oakbrook Center Mall.
Right there is a good at bat for Tim Raines. Boy, his first at bat, he was just striding dead to home plate. Anything inside was going to tie him up, and he'd be out in front of that breaking ball. Right, that particular pitch on the fastball, he took his stride right at Gross. hammered it back up the middle.
Dave 0 for 1. He popped up to Rusty Greer in left field. Takes fastball strike.
Go, Grossy. I got it.
Rock 12 for 13 in stolen bases. Does not go. As the off-speed pitch misses low. Gross wanted that one. So Dave Martinez last 10 days, 419. Look at Lyle and Lance.
Put him in the lane.
Well, I like what we're seeing here. A little injection of youth. Lyle Mouton and Mike Cameron. That's always nice, fun. You know, the set lineup, unless you've got one, so to speak, like the Cleveland Indians. Set lineup, I don't like them anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Stay fair. It's going foul. The set lineup has too many negative connotations to go along with it. Especially in today's game where attitude and word chemistry are playing each and every passing year a larger part in the success or the failure of so many franchises.
Yeah, that's true, because, you know, everybody accepts their role in Cleveland. They know that those 9 guys are going out there because, quite frankly, there's nobody that can compare with them. So they're going to go out there, and on an occasion, you're going to get a chance to play. But if that's not a stud lineup out there, and you're sitting on the bench every day, you know, that just doesn't feel good. One thing about Terry Bevington, if you're on his team, you're going to play.
I just hope this ball club finishes up very strong, so that I'd like to see the White Sox next year go through spring training with the Boomer. I'll tell you one thing. They come out of spring training either one of two ways, either dead dog tired, or they would absolutely be fired up.
Yeah, come out with fire in their eyes. I would think it'd be more the latter.
I do too. That ball hit in the left center field, carrying out there pretty well. Rusty Greer back right in front of the track, makes the catch. And that's out number 1.
That ball went a long way. It didn't look like Dave hit it all that hard, but watching the ball in batting practice, man, it was just flying out of here. When it's hot, especially at this time of the season in Texas, boy, the ball really jumps. Not so much at the beginning of this, especially remember the beginning of last year, the balls just weren't going out at all.
Yeah, but we discussed that at the time. As soon as it warmed up, this is just a great park to hit in.
Very fast infield. You get ground ball hits. So much outfield to cover that if you're a line drive hitter or a Duke snorter, you get a lot of hits.
Good Big Frank takes strike 1 as he struck out his first trip up to the plate. 2-4-0 for the Sox. 2-1-0 for the Rangers. First of a 4-game series and the first of a 10-game road trip. 3 here, 3 in Oakland, and 3 in California. Check it, 4 here. 3 in Oakland and 3 in California. Fouls it back. So Kevin Gross on top of Big Frank, 0-2. Oh, we have a moment of a big White Sox hello to a great Sox fan down in Orlando. He's walking around with about 2,000 stitches in it.
He is.
5 bypasses, up and about, playing hearts already, killing all the guys at Bay Hill. Darryl Mitchell getting all the cash down there.
He had a triple bypass and he's playing hearts.
5.
5?
Yeah. Could not check it up. And that's out number 2. Third strikeout for Gross.
High heat from Kevin Gross, and Frank Thomas. He could not hold up. See, Frank is striding. Everything's moving forward. It's almost like Frank, of all people, was guessing strike right there. Well, don't see that very often.
Frank lately has just been in a funk. That's all there is to it. Still, he still gets his walks and his hits and scores his run, knocks in occasional RBI as Robin doubled and scored last inning.
Yeah, those are the times when Frank is in this where everybody else has got to come in and chip in a little bit here and there. Get your base hit, run, steal a base, move a runner over. Of course, you want to do that anyway, but you can't have that saying where we used to have, if Frank doesn't do it, it doesn't get done.
No, there's some guys coming along very nicely.
Yeah.
Takes the ball. And the count 2-0. Well, even though the Sox did not put that many victories on the board in the second half, the situational hitting has been better. There's no question. The first part of the year, there was virtually none. And there's a phrase that is unfortunately being phased out. You don't hear it as much, anywhere near as much as you used to. Situational hitting.
No kidding. It's just hitting.
That's all it is now.
Yeah.
It's just hitting. But situational hitting still is such a tremendous part of winning. The Sox, as we mentioned, first half of the season just did not do it.
Well, changed up on 3-0. You know, the team that stands out in my mind, Hawk, is those 70s A's teams, the three-time world champions in a row. They were as good a situational hitting team as I've ever seen. I mean, they had good talent, but boy, they could hit in situations.
So as Lyle Mouton steps in, let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Along with the Whimperoo, the Dugmeister, Tom Paciorek. This is Ken Harrelson from the ballpark at Arlington as fastball misses outside to Lyle. He walked last inning. Of course, Wimpy out of the Harvard of the Southwest.
Yes, sir.
Houston. We were down by the Gators.
Beat the spread. Of course, that was 46.
Was that the spread, 46?
Yes, it was. So,
hey, how about the Bears?
The Bears. Wow.
Well, they put it on them.
Second half.
Put it on
31-14. That's very nice. Congratulations to Dave Wanstead and his staff. Boy, that was a great win.
Well, he came out ready as Lyle can't get it in the count 2-1.
After a very, well, I don't even know how to describe that preseason.
Well, it was just a lethargic type. I get a feeling, though, you know, just watching as many games as we could during the preseason, they were just trying out some different schemes, some different players. A couple of the other teams, like the Browns, they used a lot of their frontline players for a lot of the game. Dave was running in guys, running out guys, trying to do things here. So if you're going to do that, Wimpy, you know, you were a great football player, and you know, preseason doesn't mean a damn thing.
Oh yeah.
You got, especially when you're trying to create a situation to evaluate your athletes. And that's what wants to. He has a lot of good athletes on that Bears club.
Yeah, he does a lot of speed, much more speed than I think we've been accustomed to seeing in the Bears. I still think they play too much exhibition. I'd like to see all those games count.
That ball hit hard. That's trouble. Mickey Tettleton. It's fair. Here comes Raines as they're going to hold Robin up. Haley has just been in a funk. That's all there is to it. Still, he still gets his walks and his hits and scores his run, knocks in occasional RBI as Robin doubled and scored last inning.
Yeah, those are the times when Frank is in this where everybody else has got to come in and chip in a little bit here and there. Get your base hit, run, steal a base, move a runner over. Of course, you want to do that anyway, but you can't have that saying where we used to have, if Frank doesn't do it, it doesn't get done.
No, there's some guys coming along very nicely.
Yeah.
Takes the ball. And the count 2-0. Well, even though the Sox did not put that many victories on the board in the second half, the situational hitting has been better. There's no question. The first part of the year, there was virtually none. And there's a phrase that is unfortunately being phased out. You don't hear it as much, anywhere near as much as you used to. Situational hitting.
No kidding. It's just hitting.
That's all it is now.
Yeah.
It's just hitting. But situational hitting still is such a tremendous part of winning. The Sox, as we mentioned, first half of the season just did not do it.
Well, changed up on 3-0. You know, the team that stands out in my mind, Hawk, is those 70s A's teams, the 3-time world champions in a row. They were as good a situational hitting team as I've ever seen. I mean, they had good talent, but boy, oh boy, they could hit in situations.
So as Lyle Mouton steps in, let's pause for station identification. Along with the Whipperoo, the Dugmeister, Tom Pachorik. This is Ken Harrelson from the ballpark at Arlington as fastball misses outside to Lyle. He walked last inning. Of course, Wimpy out of the Harvard of the Southwest.
Yes, sir.
Houston, who were down by the Gators.
Beat the spread. Of course, that was 46.
Was that the spread, 46?
Yes, it was. So,
hey, how about the Bears?
The Bears. Wow.
Yeah, they put it on them.
Second half.
Put it on them.
31-14. That's very nice. Congratulations to Dave Wannstedt
Yes.
and his staff. Boy, that was a great win.
Well, he came out ready as Lyle can't get it in the count 2-1.
After a very, well, I don't even know how to describe that preseason.
Well, it was
Funky.
just a lethargic type. I got a feling, though, you know, just watching as many games as we could during the preseason, they were just trying out some different schemes, some different players. A couple of the other teams, like the Browns, they used a lot of their frontline players for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
Dave was running in guys, running out guys, trying to do things here. So if you're going to do that, Wimpy, you know, you were a great football player, and you know, preseason doesn't mean a damn thing.
Oh yeah.
You got, especially when you're trying to create a situation to evaluate your athletes. And that's what Juan said. He has a lot of good athletes on that Bears club.
Yeah, he does a lot of speed, much more speed than I think we've been accustomed to seeing in the Bears. I still think they play too much exhibition. I'd like to see all those games count.
That ball hit hard. That's trouble. Mickey Tettleton. It's fair. Here comes Raines. As they're going to hold Robin up. And the Sox take a 3-2 lead on the double by Lyle Mouton, who continues to swing that big bat.
Well, if Gross is going to continue to pitch him outside, he is going to hit, especially in this ball game. He's pitched, thrown every pitch away. Now watch, when Lyle Mouton gets extended out over the plate, he can mash a ball. Look at right there, that's a hanging slider. And Lyle just gets the barrel of the bat on it, not the quickest of all bats. But I'll tell you, when he gets the head on it, he can do some severe damage. That's his 7th double.
Now Cecil Cooper, he could hit. Cecil, now an agent representing several players. Mouton, one of them, told us, just give him a chance and he'll show you what he can do, because this man can hit. So far, Coop's been right on the money. Another infusion of new blood. And here's Durham. 2 out. Ventura at third. Mouton at second. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Sox. 2 runs, 1 hit for Texas. Ray had a beautiful bunt single last inning. Want to know the count. Outfield, straight up, spread out. Pull a string, Ray way out in front. All Sox fans have watched Ray throughout the '95 season. Batting left-handed, he has a lot of problems on off-speed pitches.
And pitches down and in, too, whether it be fastball or otherwise, because his first move is towards the plate, and he's swinging across his body a lot of times.
Well, you know, he's got 2 different strike zones. As there's a strike. Upset with him. His strike zone, for the most part, hitting left-handed, is up and down, whereas he has problems with the height of the strike zone. Now, right-handed, he has problems with in and out. He does not have too many problems. He lays off the high fastball much better right-handed. Doesn't chase as many bad breaking balls down, so it's more of an in and out strike zone right-handed, where it's up and down left-handed.
See right there, that pitch.
Pops him up. Rusty Greer, as Gill was going out, Greer makes the catch. That'll retire the side, but the double by Lyle Mouton knocks in Tim Raines, and after 2.5, Sox by 1. Lyle Mouton's 18th RBI, his 7th double of the season, put the Sox on top by 1. For the Rangers, it'll be Benji Gill, Otis Nixon, and Mark McLemore to face Jason Beret, who gave up that 2-run homer. Juan Gonzalez in the first inning. Gill hitting at .219. He has been scuffling lately. Last 51 ball games, hitting just .172.
Go, Benji.
Benji, just a baby at 22 years old. Got plenty of talent. But it's just going to take him a little time. This year against the Sox, he's 6 for 25 with a homer, and he's knocked in 7.
Well, the ball jumps off this young man's bat.
That's high into right center field. Lyle Mouton says he'll take it. And, you know, getting back to our congratulations to the Bears and talking about football coming up now. I mentioned my partner going to the Harvard of the Southwest. Look at this pose. You had some bad sausage that day, didn't you, Duke?
God. Where did you dig that thing?
Yeah, look at this.
Thanks, Bill Moore. I really do owe you.
Of course, Wimpy, my partner, was a 2-time All-American defensive back at the University of Houston.
It's a scary look, isn't it? Scared to death is what I was.
That's what it looked like. That was a self-incriminating
man,
grimace right there.
I hated that contact. Oh, hate it.
Nixon takes the ball on the count 3-0. Don't want to walk him. He walked him in the first and he scored after picking up his 36th stolen base. Gets that one over. Boy, I hated it too. I hated contact.
Oh, how about those drills where you're laying on your back and they throw the guy a football? Now you got to get up and turn around and hit this guy with your head.
Walks the wrong man again. So Jason, who's just been plagued with the base on balls in '95, and hopefully when this season is over, he'll be able to look at some films, but mostly reflect back on what was going through his mind on the mound and make this a positive learning process rather than a negative year.
I think more that than the mechanical aspect of whatever has happened this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we understand the noise you're hearing from the crowd. The Cowboys have just scored.
Big deal.
Here's Mark McLemore. Struck out in the first inning.
Well, you know one thing, that Nixon has the green light to steal anytime he wants, especially with the Jason Beret. Yeah, the one team that really shocked me when they came into Comiskey Park that one weekend, because they were basically a one base at a time type team, was the Baltimore Orioles. They ran at will the whole weekend.
Well, anybody can run has got a good shot at being successful against Jason. And if he throws strikes, big part of his problem has not been the base hit when the runner steals. It's been on those walks when they can go ahead and take.
Darn right.
If he throws strikes, that'll solve a myriad of problems.
Yeah, so what if he steals second base? That's secondary.
If you're going to throw strikes. But as we talked about the set lineup and the residual effects from a set lineup in a negative way, the walks, as we've talked about so often also, it leads up to those 2-0-3-1 counts. And that's where you minimize Jason's fastball. I've never seen a pitcher. Jason arguably has the best right-handed stuff in the American League. But he does not have that 95-mile-an-hour fastball when he's pitching 2-0-3-1. All of a sudden now you take it down to 87, 88. He's done everything he could almost because of the lack of control this year to minimize his fastball when he has to learn how to maximize it. Here's a pitch out. They go to first base. Yes.
Hello.
Attaboy, Spanky. Spanky did not overreact.
Very good. Boy, that's a nice job by LaValliere. Sox. I'm sure Nixon was just running whenever he felt like it. He looks up and to check and see if anything special's on. And LaValliere waited very nicely to see where Otis was headed, and bang, right back to first base to Martinez, and that'll do it.
Yeah, you get a lot of young catchers back there when they get Nixon at first base. As soon as he starts off, they're going to throw to second. Little kick save by the Spankaroo. Here, Spanky can see him out of his peripheral vision going. Now Nixon sees the pitch out. Tries to get back, but the patience of LaValliere, no thank you. The 2-1 pitch. That's fouled. It'll be going out of play. Toronto now leading Kansas City 5-1, top of the fifth, trying to sweep the Royals.
We talk about that Kansas City team. They're not a good come-from-behind type ball club. You know, they've got the good pitching, and in close ball games, they really got a good shot at winning. They fall behind. It makes it tough.
A ball hit pretty deep in the center field. Lance Johnson has plenty of room, though. Back right in front of the track, hauls it down. That'll retire the side. Nothing across. There were no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after 3, Sox by 1. Southwest Airlines tail of the tape. Sox with singletons in the first 3 innings. 2-run homer by Gonzalez for the Rangers in the first. For the good guys, it'll be LaValliere, Ozzie, then the top of the order, Lance Johnson to face Kevin Gross. That's a beautiful shot of the moon. La Lune. So here's LaValliere. Over in the second Sox run. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hit a little nubber down to Pagliarulo, whose only play was to step on the bag. Can't get the high gas. One and one the count. Ball hit hard but foul. Spanky a little tardy on the heater.
And while we have a moment, Hawk, a very special happy birthday to Sharon Pinsky, who is 29 tonight, wife of Jay Pinsky, our good friend. Happy birthday, Sharon.
Yes. Jammed him right there, popped him up. Ninja Gill, 1 out. And let's check out tonight's Aflac trivia question. Besides Gehrig and Ripken, who is the only player to appear in every game in 10 different seasons? Not necessarily consecutive. I don't quite understand this question.
Who is the only player to appear in every game in 10 seasons? Well, 10 times he appeared in every game.
Okay.
Steve Garvey. No. Billy Williams.
That's who I would say.
Let's go, Billy.
Ron Santo.
Ooh. Every game for 10 years.
Ozzie fouls it back. As 0 for 1, hit into a 3-6 fielder's choice. I'd go with Sweet Swinging Billy.
You'd have to think so, wouldn't it? Billy, doesn't he have the National League record? 2000? No, he didn't have 2,000. He's got 1,000. But Garv has the record.
2 balls and a strike. Three and one. Pagliarulo in on the grass at third. Outfield swung around to the left. Nice gap in right center. That ball hit into right center field. Otis Nixon's not going to make this play. That split him. Rolls out to the 407 sign. Now Ozzie turning it off. He's on his way to third. He will get there. That's Ozzie's third triple of the season. So with one out, Sox have a nice opportunity to pick up another tally.
And with all that room, boy, that 407 sign out there is very inviting in the gap. Boy, you can get a lot of triples in this ballpark. See the side view of Ozzie's swing. A pitch was up, and he got the head of the bat up, hands above the ball, and he just rakes that one into the gap between Nixon and Tettleton. So Lance Johnson's going to have a shot here with that runner at third and one out, and Texas is going to play their infield in.
Lance 1 for 2, picked up his 9th homer on the very first pitch of the ball game. Breaking ball. Nice block by Rodriguez. Better hang loose, Ozzie. Rodriguez may have just put a sign on down to Pagliarulo. As there's a base hit into center field. Makes it academic. Lance 2 for 3. Sox lead it 4-2. Johnson now with 46 RBIs. Ball one dog.
Boy, Lance has just been on fire. That average well over 300 now. And you can see it was a breaking ball, and he keeps his hands back nicely. That big barrel of the bat, I'll tell you that. When he hits it on that top of that 36-ounce bat, he's going to put some hurt on the ball. Another nice line drive up the middle.
Get a good jump and go. Lance with 35 thefts. Tim Raines stands in. Lock 1 for 2. Takes a fastball high. There's a chopper into right field for a base hit. So Lance had to hold up. He will stop at second. And the Sox with one out have a couple on for Dave Martinez. They have some activity down in the Ranger pen. Southpaw Dennis Cook. It's Cookie. Dick Bosman, former White Sox pitching coach. Orioles now coming over to Texas with Johnny Oates. So while we have a moment, I understand Kenny Parker was telling us, Kenny was the special assistant to the general manager for Pirates, that there's a tremendous Sox following down in Pensacola. And they watch all the games over WGN. Wanted us to say hello to Fred Waters, baseball clinic staff. Kenny Parker saying that he thought that the Sox in Pensacola really had more fans than the Braves down there.
Interesting.
So here's Dave Martinez. Twice he has gone out to left field. One time it was deep. Big Frank on deck. 4 runs, 8 hits for the good guys. 2 runs, just 1 hit for Texas. Come on, David. Pick him up. Breaking ball low. Big sweeping curveball from Gross. No gaps in that Ranger outfield. They're almost equidistant. Straight up. Pagliarulo off the line, even with the bag. Gets that breaking ball over, and the count evens at 1. Chops that breaking pitch foul. Over and 1 hops the Ranger dugout. Dave got his work cut out for him. Ball and 2 strikes. First of a 4-game set here at the ballpark in Arlington. There's the chopper. Clark backs up, looks to second, goes underneath the first, just in time. Dave hustling down that line. That's out number 2.
I'll tell you what, Dave Martinez gives it everything he has, and he almost beat that throw. Will Clark backed up, and that eliminated any chance of getting that force play at second. The speedy Tim Raines. And watch it right here. He wants the better hop, but now Gross just gets in there a hair before Dave Martinez.
So here's Big Frank. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Normally, if he's swinging the bat well, they just go ahead and put him on. But Robin, who is 1 for 1 on deck, they're going to go at 35. Fastball strike. Beautiful pitch right there by Gross, outside corner.
Yeah, it looks like Frank just isn't waiting back. It looks like everything is moving forward as the pitcher's delivering, rather than getting that good cocking action and staying back, getting a better view of the pitch. That's what he's done his first 2 at-bats.
It looks like he's lost his trigger. Fastball upstairs. 1-1.
That's a horrible feeling. Do you know that?
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. When you go to the plate and you've lost that trigger, you don't know how to get it started.
It's helpless. It's helpless and hopeless.
And besides that, you're over.
The only chance is if that pitcher hits your bat for you.
Which happens
That's
quite a bit.
That's why it's almost impossible to hit below 200, or almost 250, really, if you're an everyday player.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
But if you're going to hit a hard,
There's the key.
there's the key. See, you got to be specific, Duke.
Sorry.
2-1 to count. Try to trick him here. Rodriguez to the outside, and the count moves to 3-1. Well, Franco has walked 118 times this season. And that's number 119. And let's check out our upcoming telecast. WGN tomorrow night. Game 2. A nice pitching matchup. Alex Fernandez against Kenny Rogers. And then the finale here on Thursday. That'll be Wilson Alvarez against Roger Pavlik. Then the 16th against Sweet Lou's Mariners. 23rd against Tom Kelly's Twinkies. And the 30th. So Frank walks, that'll load him up with Ventura coming to the plate, and Johnny Oates going to make a pitching change. Kevin Gross departs. We'll be back with the numbers on Dennis Cook right after this.
Here are the numbers on Dennis Cook. 0-2 with a 4.15 earned run average, 37 appearances, 2 saves, again up 53 hits in 52 innings, 46 strikeouts, 25 walks. So Dennis Cook, who lives in Austin, Texas, born in Lamarck, right at home. He's 32 years old, 6'3", 190 pounders. He's a funny man. His last outing Saturday against the Royals, an inning and a third, gave up 1 hit and he struck out a batter. So Cook, who was with the Sox last season and did a nice job for us, 3-1 with a 3.56 earned run average, working 33 innings in a White Sox uniform.
Well, even those numbers are a little misleading because they're last half of the season, last part of the season, I should say, he really was very effective. So here comes Robin. Robin, as we mentioned, has tripled. He scored. Also, he walked. Hitting .297 as he stands in. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Sox, 2 runs on 1 hit for the Rangers. Breaking ball misses. Good speed. Johnson at third. Raines at second. And the big hurt. A base hit right here makes things a lot easier. One time, Robin. Get a hanger and go to work. Watch out. It's off the facing of the mezzanine, back out on the field. The ball, a strike, 2 out here in the top of the 4th. That's good. Drops down, misses inside. It's Robin in pretty good shape. Now feels slightly to the left. That ball hit hard into right center field. Way back. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Grand slam home run by Robin Ventura, his 6th of his career. And it's 8-2 good guys.
Oh my, he just crushes this one. No doubt about it. One of the big keys was the count. A 2-1 fastball, and he got the head out in a hurry and ropes it just to the right of that 407 sign. No doubt that it was going to at least clear the bases, but a grand slam for Robin. Wow. Career high now with 24 homers, 83 RBIs.
Lyle Mouton takes a strike. Lyle 1 for 1, a double, and an RBI last inning. That ball was hurt. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, that was just a line drive out of here.
What's the career record for grand slams by a Sox player?
I do not know.
I think that might be it.
Let's look at this again. A 2-1 fastball out over the plate. Watch where Robin makes his contact. Just out front. Boy, that head was perfectly still. Great swing, and no doubt.
That ball hit hard into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Extra bases. Nixon gets over. Mouton on his way to second. He'll get there. So that's his 8th 2-bagger. Boy, he hot.
Well, Lyle is just inside-outing the ball terrifically well. He is finding that area. He's hitting more balls to the right of second base than he is pulling. But the key is he's getting the barrel of the bat on the ball. So Lyle, I'm sure his family is visiting from Louisiana. As you see the pitch, hands before the barrel of the bat, and he just mashes it into that gap.
Here's Ray Durham. Ray 1 for 2, a bunt single. Beautiful bunt single. A minute, first and second, nobody out. A 1-2 count. Took it right with him. Little drag bunt down the first base line, and Gross could not throw him out. Up high. 8 runs, 10 hits for the Sox. 2 runs, 1 hit for Texas. Fastball, fouls it back.
Well, Ray Durham with 27 infield hits, and Nixon has 41. Tom Goodwin of Kansas City with 30. Lofton and Lance Johnson. There's some speed right there.
Shanks that one. Clark giving chase. He will not be able to get there. So the count evens at 2. And a reminder, all fans attending the September 16th game against Sweet Lou's Mariners will be treated to a superb fireworks display immediately following that ball game, courtesy of Vienna Beef. Tickets for that 6:05 game are available by dialing 312-831-1 Sox. Vienna Beef fireworks Saturday, September 16th, when the Mariners are in town. Cook with the 2-2. Fouls it straight back. Right below us. And a nice catch by one of the fans. Danny Darwin. Veteran right-hander loosening up. So the Sox with a 5 spot here in the top of the 4th. Make things a lot easier on Jason Beret. Ball hit hard into left center field. Otis Nixon a long way to go. He can't make the play. Durham now. He's hauling it going around second. He'll get into third with a triple as Mouton scores, and it's 9-2 good guys.
Ray Durham's 6th triple of the season. Boy, Nixon had a long way to go. Ray is so much more dangerous right-hand. He's got a lot more power. You see the contact out front. Nixon to the 404 sign off the end of his glove. Like Otis may have even overrun that ball just a hair. Reaching back over his head.
Mike LaValliere takes fastball strike. Nixon last night. Big play. Gary Gaetti hit a fly ball deep in the center field. Nixon jumped, hit his glove, went over the fence for a 3-run homer, and the Royals won it 8-5. One and one to count to Spanky. Slider. No. Outfield, well around to the left. As that ball hit into right field, Tettleton goes back, reaches up, makes a catch. That'll retire the side, but some damage done. Severe. Sox score a half a dozen on 6 hits. No errors. They leave one after 3.5. It's the Sox by 7.
Nine-2 Sox, bottom of the 4th inning here at the ballpark in Arlington. Robin Ventura with that grand slam homer, and most of this damage was done with 2 out. In the 4th inning, Kevin Gross was chased after working just 3 2/3. So Jason Beret has got a 7-run cushion as he faces Will Clark here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah, there were 2 outs when most of that stuff happened. Lance Johnson had an RBI single. There's a curveball strike to Clark. Will 0 for 1. He flied out in the 1st inning. Sox playing him to hit the opposite way against Beret, and he pops this one left side. That'll be out of play. Ozzie Guillen started off the 4th with a triple. Lance Johnson. Actually, LaValliere popped up. Spanky made 2 outs in that inning, by the way. Ozzie with a triple, a single by Lance. Tim Raines single. Martinez grounded out. Frank Thomas a walk, and Robin grand salami. Ball in the dirt. Mouton followed with a double. Came home on Ray Durham's triple, and that's it. 6 big runs for the White Sox as Clark looks at a 1-2 pitch coming up. Toronto leads Kansas City now 7-3. Lord have mercy. 7th inning at Kauffman Stadium, so Blue Jays looking to sweep a doubleheader. Oh, they were 0-7 on their current road trip prior to that first game. There's a drive to left. Tim Raines has this one scoped out. Oh, and he dropped it. So Clark will be safe on the error. Well, sometimes you just take something for granted. Routine fly ball to left field. Tim Raines moving quickly to his right is in great position, and it just hits off the thumb of his glove. So the Rangers get the leadoff man to second. Nobody out. And here's Juan Gonzalez, who has the only Ranger hit. A 2-run homer off Beret in the 1st inning. First pitch fastball high. Mickey Tettleton on deck. Sox have scored in every inning. 1 in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings, and then a 6th spot in the 4th. Outfield very deep as he fouls that fastball back. And one of the nice young men that work in the White Sox, well, the visiting clubhouse here at the ballpark in Arlington, Jeff Get Down Brown, wants to make sure we say hello to his family. His mom, Rosa Brown, and his grandmother, Annie, from Chicago. Jeff is from Chicago himself and living now here in Arlington. Grounder, Robin under his glove in the left field. Clark is going to hold up at 3rd as Raines just flips the ball back into the infield over the head of Ozzie Guillen. Boy, Beret made a good pitch right there on the breaking ball, down and away. That's a play Robin will tell you he should have made. Just under his glove. And there's a very lackadaisical throw in. Gonzalez was on his toes. He could have gone and walked into second base. So here's Mickey Tettleton, runners at the corners. There should be 2 out, nobody on. And they score that a hit. Mickey swings through the fastball.
Come on, Mick. Come on, baby. Come on. Good hands work.
Ivan Rodriguez on deck, so the Rangers have a chance to take advantage of this opportunity and get back in this ball game. Gonzalez now with the only 2 Ranger hits. Fastball strike on the inside corner. Good pitch. That's where you got to pitch, Mickey Tettleton. Well, he likes that ball out over the plate. He's diving from the get-go. And he can hook that pitch in the seats in right field. You can jam Mickey, you can get him out. 0-2 pitch coming up. Got him. Fastball. He threw that one right by him. Nice pitch by Jason. That's his third strikeout of the night. Just blows him away right here on the 0-2 fastball. Bang. That one's away where Mickey likes it. Obviously good velocity there by Jason. So here's Ivan Rodriguez. He had a shot back up the middle that Jason Beret made a good play on, knocking it down and throwing him out. So Ivan 0 for 1, hitting at .317 on the year. Sox straight away in the outfield. In the infield and double play depth. Rusty Greer on deck. Breaking ball hangs high. Oh, there's a jam sandwich. Good pitch. Fouls that one back. A very special hello to Steve Bernanke and his family. Steve's a catcher over at Texas Wesleyan University here in Fort Worth. Say hello to his wife Heather and Spencer, their little girl. Big White Sox fan, Steve is. Steve. He fouls that one back. Steve waited on us today. Bobby Valentine's Sports Gallery. Great restaurant. He's got 2 of them in the Arlington area. Of course, Bobby is now managing in Japan. My friend Bill Jones ate half the... Well, he ate the right side of the menu. I had the left. They just put those plates right back on the rack. They didn't have to wash them. There's a drive to center field. Lance Johnson coming on, makes the catch, and that'll be a sacrifice fly for Rodriguez as Will Clark strolls home from third. It's 9-3 Sox. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, our Aflac trivia question and answer. Besides Garrigan Ripken, who's the only player to appear in every game in 10 different seasons, not necessarily consecutive. Survey set. Pete Rose. He was a gamer. There's a curveball high. So 2-out runner at first base. By the way, Bernanke means Bernard in English. Thank you. Fastball strike. Rusty Greer flied to right his first time up. He just got jammed enough to keep that ball in the ballpark. Mike Pagliarulo on deck. 9-3 White Sox lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tardy on the fastball. Back to the screen. So 1-2. Jason doing a good job to most of the hitters other than Nixon, getting ahead in the count. Has issued 2 walks, both to the leadoff man Otis Nixon, who has his stolen base to his credit. Dave Martinez way back of Gonzalez at first base. There he goes. Fastball. He fouls it back. No, Spanky would have gunned him down.
Come on, 2-9, you can do it, kid. Come on.
Or would he? So Dave gets a little bit closer to Juan. Gonzalez has yet to attempt a stolen base on the season. Not going this time. Oh, did he go? Nope. Good fosh, but fish weren't biting. So the count goes even at 2-2. Jam shot to second. Ray Durham throws him out, and that'll do it. Nice job by Jason Beret pitching out of that situation. And after 4, Sox lead at 9-3. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, a new pitcher for Texas. He's right-hander Danny Darwin. Started the year with Toronto, now with the Rangers, 3-10 on the season. So Danny's struggling, giving up a lot of hits per innings pitched. 29 walks. He's always had good control, 49 strikeouts. So Danny Darwin, who pitched for many years, wow, with the Rangers from 79. Ozzie swings and fouls the first pitch back. 79, 80, 81, 82, through 84. Then to Milwaukee for a couple of years, Houston for 5 years, and Boston for 4. Toronto at the beginning of this year struggled, and now he's back in a Ranger uniform. Ozzie pops this one back again. Danny now 39. Now cut that out. Right-hander was born in Bonham, Texas, now lives in Valley View. So he is right back home. Ozzie now with an 0-2 pitch coming up. Well, he tripled and scored. Really started things off with a bang in the 4th inning for the Sox. Misses outside. 1-2. Lance Johnson the foul. Tim Raines in the hole as the Sox trying to add on to this 9-3 advantage and get this road trip off to a real good start. Misses. 2-2. And another foul ball. Well, the Ranger fans getting a workout. What a nice catch by a fan. I think he got it with the glove. Shake on it. Guy brings the glove and the wife makes the catch. Ozzie goes down after that breaking ball, hits it hard, but right at Mark McLemore for the first out of the 5th inning.
And right now, let's check out, take a look at who's cleaning up in baseball, brought to you by Hoover. Yesterday in Detroit, the Indians won their 13th consecutive extra inning game, 4th longest streak this century. First, 1949 Indians, 17 straight extra inning games. The Mets were 83 and 84. Pirates 59 and 60. Wow. 13 consecutive extra inning games. Brought to you by Hoover.
That is really good. Oh boy, Lance going for his 2nd homer of this game, rips this one. Thank goodness that little girl didn't get in front of that ball. Vicious line drive off the bat of Lance Johnson. Lance 2 for 3 with a homer, 2 runs batted in, and he has scored twice. Lance got that average at 304 right now and climbing. Outfield's starting to play him the pull now. Can you imagine that? When Lance showed up to the Sox, there's a line drive right at Benji Gill. So I hang with him. Lance now 2 for 4. Remember when Lance came into the league, they just played him. Everybody was shifted around the left field. No more. Using that big heavy bat, using those hand exercises, getting his hands and forearms really strong. And turning on the ball very nicely. Well, Lance really trying to make a strong finish in this 95 campaign. Tim Raines takes the fastball strike at the knees. Timmy 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. He has scored twice. Rock's got that average at an even 300. Dave Martinez on deck. Changeup misses outside. 1-1. If you missed it, the Yankees creamed Seattle at Yankee Stadium this afternoon. The Yankees making another move after floundering for a long time. Now they're back in the thick of things for the wild card. California got on the winning track after a 9-game losing streak. They beat Baltimore. And how about it? The Tigers beat the Tribe. Ha! Go figure.
Sadowski.
The Orchard does it. 3-2 at Tiger Stadium in the daytime. There's a shot up the middle, base hit. So Rock now 3 for 4. Oh, I don't know. We're going to take him into the consideration. Skip Ellison and the crew. Tight battle for picks to click tonight, that is. I think Lance has still got you there, partner.
Well, you did it to Big Hurt once again, Duke.
I didn't do it.
Andy did
it. Andrew, nice going.
Big Frank to spank Andy's
Go
butt.
to bed right now.
Andy in a couple of years is going to be too big to spank.
Oh, man.
He's getting big.
Dave Martinez takes one down and away. David 0 for 3. Come on, David, you got to get on that board. He's sitting at 307.
Come on, Eddie.
I believe. Well, Frank Thomas has a walk. Spanky is 0 for 3, but he has an RBI. Martinez takes that one up high. 2-0. 9 runs, 12 hits, and an error for the Sox. They have stranded 5 through 4 innings. The Rangers with 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they have left 1 on base. So the Tigers split with the Indians in that series. There's a base hit to right field. Boy, David found that hole. Raines is going to pull up as Mickey Tettleton comes up throwing to third base. So 2 consecutive hits with 2 out. The Sox are threatening again. So with Frank Thomas coming to the plate, let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Back at the ballpark in Arlington with the Hawkeroo. This is the Duke Meister. And a reminder to watch the WGN immediately following the ball game. All the news, everything you wanted to know in the world and in the world of sports. Frank Thomas pops this one up. Frank collapsing that backside a little bit. He'll find a way to get a hit tonight. Frank 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. He walked and scored in the 4th inning. Robin Ventura, the big blow in this ball game, and he's on deck. A grand slam homer, the 6th of his career. That was just last inning. Up high. Boy, Danny's lost a lot off his fastball.
New Sox record?
It is, huh?
Yeah.
Great.
Broke a tie with Carcavise and Harold Baines.
Well, I would have thought some of those other guys would have hit. Huh. Interesting. Frank fouls that one back. Had a pretty good hack at a high heater. Frank hitting at 320 now. 33 homers, 95 driven in. Looking to add on. Boy, how about this? Versus Danny Darwin, Frank is 0 for 15. Go figure.
No, Darwin's got that funky motion.
Yeah.
Danny at one time there against the Sox, I mean, we just couldn't touch him.
Oh, he was brilliant. Comes inside once again.
And he was not afraid to pitch inside.
No, no, no.
And then on the other side of that page, when Danny earlier in his career, he'd hang every other breaking ball. The Sox would wore him out.
Yeah, career-wise, he's 9-10 with a 4.8 against the White Sox. But more in recent years, he pitched much better. Yeah, especially in that Boston uniform. He walked him. Over. And how about this? Robin set up again with the bases loaded and 2 out. Identical situation to last inning, and this is what happened in the 4th. 2-1 fastball from Dennis Cook, and you can kiss that baby goodbye. Does anybody have Robin tonight? No. You got Tim and...
No, Fillmore had a chance to get him.
Now Fillmore's got Lance, though.
Right.
Boy, Robin, what a night he could have. Any kind of hit, much less a grand slam. Fastball misses away, so he's in good shape with a 1-0 pitch. John Walgren tells us, as Robin takes a strike on the inside corner, the last time anybody hit 2 grand slams in one game, it was the great Frank Robinson, 1970.
25 years ago.
Yeah, that was the Orioles, of course. No, coming inside. Oh, hey, we got the 2-1 pitch again.
It might be in the air tonight, Duke.
I'd love to see it. Robin hitting at 299, forcing Danny to probably come in there with a fastball. He's got to throw a strike. There it is, and there it goes. Way back it is. Gone! Another grand slam, Robin Ventura. His second in 2 innings. Lord have mercy, the Sox lead it 13-3. Wow!
It's in the air. Just a rope out of here on the same count.
Oh my. Almost identical pitch. This one was a little bit farther in as Lyle Mouton takes the ball. The pitch from Cook was out over the plate a bit, and he hit it over the 407 sign. This is a scalded rope right here. Belt high inside corner as Mouton misses that one. Wow. 13-3. There's a happy camper.
He is.
I'd say so. That's a heck of a feeling. Isn't it, Robin?
25 years since that's been done.
Isn't that something?
Quarter of a century.
I wonder if Frank hit his in consecutive at-bats and Mouton is plumped. I wonder if anybody's ever done 3 in a game. For most RBIs in a game, that's the team record. 8. Jim Spencer from the Southside Hit Gang in '77 did that twice in a game. Wow. Tom McCraw, another. And Carl Reynolds in 1930. So Robin, some good company. There's a fly ball to center field, and that'll do it. Otis Nixon makes the play, but the second grand slam of the ball game for Robin Ventura. Sox put 4 on the board. We are halfway home, 13-3. Good guy.
Robin Ventura having just a spectacular evening here at the ballpark in Arlington. He is 3 for 3, a double, 2 grand slam homers. Here's the one off Danny Darwin, just a laser into the lower seats in right field. Robin with 8 RBIs, and this game's just in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mike Pagliarulo leads it off. It'll be Pagliarulo, Gill, in the top of the order, Otis Nixon. 13 runs on 14 hits for the Sox, 3 runs on just 2 hits. For Texas, one of those runs unearned. That was last inning. Joined us late, Juan Gonzalez with his 21st homer in the first. Pagliarulo fouls it back, and the count 1-2. Fastball. Count evens at 2.
Lead all the way. Come on.
A reminder, tomorrow night it'll be Alex Fernandez against Kenny Rogers, and we'll have that game for you right here over WGN. And on Wednesday, Sox don't know who they're going to pitch yet, but whoever will be going against Bob Tewksbury as Durham throws out Pags, and there's one out. Mike Cameron has moved into right field. Lyle Muchal has moved over to left.
Come on, BJ.
As here's Benji Gill. Benji 0 for 1. He flying out to Mouton right. It's a curveball off the plate. What's the most RBIs you ever had in one game?
2, 3. I don't know.
Didn't you have a good night, big night against the Yankees one time? 5 or 6?
Maybe around there. Maybe about 5.
Come on, Benji, get it. Come on.
I really can't remember.
Why didn't that surprise me?
Remember what I had for lunch. Why should I remember that?
1-1 the count. There's a strike.
Come on, kid, battle.
Jason on top of the ball and 2 strikes. Nixon on deck.
You can see by that last shot of Robin, he's just ecstatic over what he's just done.
Well, you know those little insides are turning hard.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's quite an accomplishment.
Sure is.
First guy in 25 years to do it in Major League Baseball. And a reminder, the White Sox present the Friday Night Sox Party for only $40. Enjoy a 2-hour pregame party, including entertainment and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Bleacher seating will be provided for the game, so for more information, dial 312-451-5339. That's 451-5339.
Yes.
All you can eat. Ground ball right side. Durham gets a nice hop and makes the play just in time. Good play by Durham.
Good play. That ball was hit very hard by Gill. Ray had to go to his left and get the proper angle. You see the range of Ray Durham. He had to make this play in the outfield. Watch it right here. And he did get a pretty decent hop. That ball did not stay down. See, the off-balance throw is right on the money to Dave Martinez. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th.
Here's Nixon. He's 0 for 2. Check that. He's 0 for 0. He's walked twice. Fouls it back. Also scored a run and picked up his 36th stolen base.
Come on, Nick.
The Sox have scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and 4 in the 5th. Trying to extend their winning streak to 6 games. Outfield well around to the left. A ball and 2 strikes. Looking at some scores. Join us late. Yankees beat the Mariners 13-3 at the stadium. California beat Baltimore at Camden Yards 5-3. Tigers over the Tribe 3-2. Toronto trying to sweep Kansas City. They beat them 6-1 in game 1. They're leading 7-6, bottom of the 8th. In the nightcap. That's shank foul. Twinkies over the Brew Crew 9-6 at the Humphrey Dome. Top of the 9th inning at Fulton County Stadium. Braves leading the Cardinals 5-4. Fighting Fish beat the Pirates 7-3 at Joe Robbie. Cubs, Frank Castillo. Shut out to Rockies 2-0. Cincinnati 6, Houston 1. As close pitch didn't get it. Mets at San Diego, top of the 8th inning, tied at 1. Giants, they beat Montreal 2-1 at Candlestick, and bottom of the 4th at Chavez Ravine. Dodgers shutting out Philadelphia 1-0. Just fighting that fastball off. Count hangs at 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th to Otis Nixon. So far, the third time in this ball game, Nixon walks. Only 3 walks issued by Beret.
Every way you can, kid. Come on. Let's go, Mac. Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark.
And here's Mark McLemore. Struck out in the first. Flat out deep to center in the third.
It's amazing, too. Otis Nixon is not one of those walking machines either. That's only the 48th walk that he has gotten this season.
Curveball, no.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Mac.
Sox trying to pick up their first victory of the season here at the ballpark in Arlington. 0-2 record as there's a strike on the outside corner. Ground ball, fastball. Durham has it, throws it away off the end of the glove of Dave Martinez, goes into the dugout. So a bad throw by Durham on an easy play.
Yeah. Well, you saw him make the great play earlier. Well, I tell you, the defense has been lousy for the Sox so far on a whole. A couple plays right here. This is the second error of the ball game. But right in defense of Ray, it looked like Dave Martinez committed a bit early on that.
He did. He more or less
yeah.
assumed a good throw right there.
He stepped in one direction and not far enough to his right. Of course, he's going to try and avoid McLemore at the same time. So
Will Clark takes it inside. Clark 0 for 2. Will. 2-0 the count.
Come on, Will. Come on, baby.
It's 3-0. Those errors, they just make your pitcher stand out there and throw a lot more pitches.
Darn right, especially when you're looking at a day today in Arlington, 100 to 102. I saw one. I mean, you have to make more pitches than you have to. Well, that's really going to take its toll.
And here comes Mike Pasick bouncing out of that Sox dugout. I'm trying to set him down a little bit, give him a little bit of a breather. And Jason's got his work cut out for him, and Juan Gonzalez hit a 2-run homer in the first, singled on what should have been a play made by Robin in the fourth inning. So 13-3 Sox. And here's Gonzalez hitting .277 to go along with those 21 homers. Makes a curveball high. Outfield deep, swung around to the left. Gonzalez, with all he's done in baseball, still just 25 years old. Pops it up, back. And it'll be out of play. have been an inordinate amount of Grand Slam homers this year in the major leagues. When you understand that last time there were 3 hit in one ball game back in '87. Cubs hit 2 and Astros 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball. And that'll be out of play right side. So Jason way on top of the ball and 2 strikes. And having to throw a lot of extra pitches because of the error. Really not that hot of an evening here in Arlington. This afternoon indeed was a little warm. Right, little. Take him right here, Jason. Oh, hung one right there. Got away with it.
Yeah, he hung it too bad out of the strike zone. Gonzalez kind of shaking that left hand of his like he might have hurt himself.
Hey, you see those big, strong guys. They have a tendency to pull that tendon in that left wrist area. A lot of that's from checking it up throughout the course of the season. And I'll tell you, that feels like somebody just stuck a match on your wrist.
Never felt it.
I was getting ready to say, you wouldn't be familiar with that. Get foul. It's the right size and wrong shape. Thank you. Gonzalez just missed hitting a grand slam last night. Just foul. As did Mickey Tettler. Just foul.
Rudy Jaramillo, the hitting coach.
Oh, shot foul. Thank you. So the count hangs at 1-2. Otis Nixon at third. McLemore at second. And Will the Thrill at first. Volume with the numbers now. Jason connects. Fastball upstairs. He's gone. And Jason pitches over the error. Rangers load him up. Can't score after 5. Sox by 10. A good looking tail of the tape here in the top of the 6th inning. Sox scoring in every frame. 2 grand slams if you just tuned in, both by Robin Ventura, 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. Robin 3 for 3 to go along with that double. He also has walked 8 ribbies as Mike LaValia gets set to lead it off. It'll be Spanky, Ozzie, then the top of the order, Lance Johnson. Spanky flips that one. And that's going to be a fair ball just inside the line as Rusty Greer gets to it. So ball gets away. But Will Clark, he is everywhere out there. Well, there's an outstanding player who just busts his behind each and every pitch. Spanky now 1 for 4. That's the 4th hit given up by Darwin. 2 of them have stayed in the park. So here's Ozzie. Ozzie's 1 for 3. Picked up his 3rd triple of the year back in the 4th inning. That ball hit hard into center field. Otis Nixon, he's there. Makes the catch. That's out number 1. If you joined us late, this game started off real good. Lance Johnson hit the very first pitch off Kevin Gross out of the park for his 9th homer. Sox added singletons in the 2nd and 3rd. Put 6 on the board in the 4th, 4 more in the 5th. As here comes one dog. Lance 2 for 4. RBI single. Go along with that long one. That ball into left field. Rusty Greer, no problems. 2 down. And a reminder, the first 20,000 fans attending the September 17th game against the Mariners will receive pins commemorating 95 years of White Sox baseball, compliments of S. Rosen's Marianne Baking Company. Game time is 1:05 and tickets are available by dialing 312-831 1 Sox. Mike Cameron making his first plate appearance. Came in for Tim Raines. Rock was 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Just got a piece of it. Cameron, good looking rookie, good speed, good arm. Appears to be, we haven't seen that much of him, but appears to be a good outfielder. He's got a little pop in that bat. Darwin drops down, rings him up, made a good pitch on him. That'll retire the side. Nothing across the hit. No errors, a man left after 5.5. 13-3, good guy. Jason Bray trying to pick up his 7th victory of the season. He's got a pretty good grip on it right now. 13-3. It'll be Tettleton, Rodriguez, and Rusty Greer, the schedule hitters. Jason 3-1 lifetime against Texas, 0-1 this year. Drops that curveball nicely over. Tettleton, 34-year-old veteran, as we mentioned. He's been in a funk lately. He's 8 for his last 46. Gets out in front. And Fosh hooks it foul. Mickey also 0 for 10 lifetime against Beret. A switch hitter who got hit for a whole bunch of average, but he puts some numbers on the board, home runs and RBI wise, also runs scored. Mickey always among the league leaders in base on balls. Looks at it outside. Outfield playing him to hook. You see Scott Radinsky in the Sox pen. Two and two the count. What a nice addition this ballpark has been to Arlington. They also have numerous recreational facilities here. Six Flags Over Texas, Water World. Mickey's gone, throws it right by him, and that's out number 1. Great place to bring a family during the day. Jump on those big roller coasters over there at Six Flags. I remember my son Casey and I having a ball here a couple of years ago.
You went on the rides?
Oh yeah.
See, I would go to the Water World. Wet
Float,
and Wild.
Just float around a little bit.
No, go down those slides. A lot more fun. At least you're staying cool. You know me in that 100-degree weather. We don't agree.
Here's Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. You know, Casey, if there's a ride out there, he's going to jump on it. He'll just haul Dad around with him, hanging on for dear life.
White knuckle.
All the way. Boy, that one big roller coaster they have over there, it gets your attention.
It'll get more than my attention.
1-1 the count to Rodriguez.
Come on, kid.
1-2 the count to Ivan.
Battling, bud. Come on.
You played here, Wimpy. This is really outside of the heat. This is just terrific. I still, as pretty as this ballpark is, think they should have domed.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean with retractable?
Or whatever. The heat down here is just so tough as that's off the end of the bat into left field. Here comes Lyle. He's there. Makes the catch. That's out number 2.
I'll tell you what, you're only dealing with the heat for about a 2-month period. It starts getting hot in July. July, August, and September are still pretty hot here. But I as a player, I think you really get used to it. You get acclimated. Of course, I wasn't a regular player, so I don't really know how those guys felt. But it's a wonderful place to live. I mean, you can live within a half a mile of the ballpark. And it's great.
A lot of players remain here.
Oh, sure.
Guerrero's fly deep to right, grounded to second. And once again, a reminder, our next game coming your way on WGN will be tomorrow evening. Game 2 of this 4-game set. And young Alex Fernandez tees it up against the southpaw Kenny Rogers.
The gambler. That's a good matchup right
Yes,
there.
it
That's
is.
going to be a fun
Nice
game tomorrow night.
Pitching matchup. Fastball just off the corner.
Come on, Rusty. Come on.
2-1 the count. 13 runs, 15 hits for the Sox. 3 runs, just 2 hits for Texas. Juan Gonzalez with both of them. That's a strike. Yeah, he did. Okay, Gary Cederstrom says yes.
Come on, Rusty. Come on.
Even
kid.
the count at 2.
Come on, bud.
There's a base hit in the hole. Nice piece of hitting right there by Rusty Greer. We mentioned he's been swinging the bat well, hitting .348 in his last 19 ball games.
Oh, he's a tough out. Rusty Greer looks like very competitive too. Waited back nicely on the curveball. Didn't try and do a whole lot with it. Pitches away, hits it away.
That's a good pitch right there.
Yeah.
So here's Pagliarulo. Pags 0 for 2. A strikeout. He also is grounded to Durham. Takes a strike.
Come on, Bagley. Come on.
About Texas, a little surprising in this area. We've got a whole bunch of outstanding golf courses.
No kidding.
Nah. Well, we're spoiled being in Chicago, where you've got the greatest golf courses in the world. But don't get me wrong, there's some outstanding courses around here, but just not that many numbers. That ball hit deep into right field, but Mike Cameron has the bead, has the ball, and that'll retire the side. So Jason Bray, after 6, leads it by 10. Some Sox fans in attendance as we get set to go to the top of the 7th inning. Dave Martinez will lead it off 13-3. It'll be Martinez. Barry Lyons has come out on deck to hit for Frank Thomas and Robin Ventura. David, first pitch, a little nubber. McLemore underneath. Good play. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And here comes Barry Lyons. Frank was 0 for 2 tonight, but walked twice. He now has 120 on the season, and he scored 2. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Bad nights, he's still getting on base and scoring runs.
How'd you like that to go in your diary? Pinch hitting for Frank Thomas.
Not a whole bunch of guys going to be able to say that. Only in special events such as huge leads. Checks it up, takes ball 1. I'll tell you, Frank, even when he's swinging the bat bad like he has been lately, he still produces runs for the club.
Yeah.
Now, how many guys do that? When you're swinging the bat poorly,
None.
still produce runs for the club?
1.
He's the only one I know of. I'm telling you, he'll tell you right now, this is probably as bad as he swung the bat all year. And still, he had a decent home stand.
Yeah.
One and 2 the count to Barry Lyons. And Robin on deck. Robin Only the 8th player in Major League history to hit 2 grand slams in a game. 7 in the American League, and the only guy to ever do it in the National League was Tony Cloninger, who was a pitcher.
And that's something.
That's amazing. All the great hitters they've had in the National League, nobody ever hit 2 grand slams in one game. In the American League, Tony Lazzari, Jim Tabor, Rudy York, Jim Gentile did it in consecutive innings. Only 4 guys have ever done that. In the Fox, Jim Northrup did it in consecutive innings. The last guy to do it was Frank Robinson back in 1970. That's pretty deep in the left field. Rusty Greer has room. And there's out number 2. And if you joined us late, here's what happened in the 4th inning. Dennis Cook, a 2-1 fastball. You can put it on the board. Then in the 5th inning, Danny Darwin, 2-1 fastball. You can put it on the board. So Robin, who doubled and scored in the 2nd, he walked in the 3rd. That's into right field. Kettleton coming on. Nick is there, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Danny Darwin. 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark in Arlington. 13-3 good guys.
But right here, 7th inning, there it is. 13-3 Sox. They have out-hit the Rangers 15-3. As Jason Beret works 6 quality innings, giving up 2 earned runs of the 3. And as we mentioned, just 3 hits. Scott Radinsky's numbers, 2-1 with a 6.30 earned run average in 37 appearances. 1 save to his credit. 40 hits in 30 innings, just coming back now, getting stronger with every appearance. So the Rangers, Benji Gill, the number 9 hitter, took ball 1 on the first pitch. 2nd one, he throws the fastball right by him. It'll be Benji Gill, Otis Nixon, and Mark McLemore as the Rangers, who are floundering in that AL West race as well as the wild card. They go down. That'll be 9 of 11 they have lost. There's the grounder. Martinez to Radinsky, just in a nick of time as Gill is out. So the lead man retired in the 7th.
And AT&T's first call to the bullpen indeed is for the southpaw Scott Radinsky. The AT&T Business Advantage. Let it work for you.
Gee, maybe we could have found a better picture. 1 out. Otis Nixon, the hitter. Otis has walked 3 consecutive times in this game. Has a stolen base and a run scored. Otis hitting at .285, so he's been a good addition to this Ranger ball club. 36 stolen bases on the season. There's a drive to right field. Cameron coming on. Boy, do they have him played right. Like a double for anybody else, but Nixon going the opposite way, and they are playing him that way. So a line drive out and a hang with him.
Well, I'd sure like to see that Mike Cameron go to winter ball. I hope he is, to talk to him and see what his plans are. He is a good-looking young talent. All he needs to do now is just get out there and play. Strike out, pop up, ground out, make a few errors, because the more, if you got talent like he does, the more you do that, the less you're going to do it.
That's true. It looks like he's got a power factor, too. He's got a great body on him. Yeah, you're right. He needs to play.
That's it.
McLemore skies this one. Should be in foul ground. Here comes Cameron. Does he have a chance? He leaps. Doesn't come up with it. Good effort there by the Sox right fielder.
Yeah, there are quite a few good outfielders. But the real exceptional outfielder, you don't see that much of today. He's got a chance to be an exceptional outfielder.
From LaGrange, Georgia.
And when you get in that situation where you get expansion coming in a couple of years, it's going to thin out pitching staffs. The defense is going to be at a premium.
Boy, it will be.
You're going to have to catch everything that's in that outfield. Let nothing hit the ground.
Come on, man, come on.
2-1 pitch coming to McLemore. Will Clark on deck. pops that one. Count even at 2. 18,036 here in attendance tonight.
Yeah, that's a very, very disappointing crowd.
Lord. They averaged almost 40,000 a game last year.
Averaging 28,618 this season. But they've been in that funk. Lost 8 out of the last 10.
Oh, yes. Punches him out. Good fastball inside corner. A 1-2-3 inning for Radinsky. We have played 7 innings from the ballpark in Arlington. Sox lead by 10. Back at the ballpark in Arlington, the first pitch from Danny Darwin to Lyle Mouton. Taken in the dirt. Sox with a 10-run lead. A touchdown with an extra point and a field goal is what the Rangers need to get back into this ball game. Lyle pops his right side out of play.
And a reminder, you can get the cap the pros wear at the New Era Cap Corner at Comiskey Park, located in the left field corner of the main concourse. It features a large variety of Diamond Collection caps worn by all major and minor league baseball teams. So be sure to visit the New Era Cap Corner this season at beautiful Comiskey Park. Uncle Lou.
I'll do that.
And that phony broadcasting face that you're sporting. And it is phony.
Thank you. That's the best compliment you can give me about my face.
You got to work on that. You got to take some lessons when we go to Minneapolis.
We got to go to Minnesota, yeah. Jimmy, if you're out there. There's a shot to left field. Oh, Lordy.
You don't think that's a pretty good at bat? Last time he was up, he hit him in the head. This time he just has some good hacks. Got a breaking ball and then hammered it.
I don't think Lyle has a whole lot of fear up there at the plate.
He is getting to be,
man,
real impressive.
Whoa. Boy, that's a nice swing right there. You see those hands come back with the stride. He hung him a breaking ball. It appeared at first look. Danny Darwin wasn't real happy with that pitch. But you're right. After just getting hit in the back of the head with a fastball, he's hanging right in there. He just doesn't move. He certainly has a chance.
I think that's one reason that they decided to trade Devereaux to Atlanta, to give Lyle a shot the last month of this year and just to see if indeed he was going to fit into the plans for '96, and I think he's proving that out.
Oh, yeah. As Ray Durham fouls this one. Well, Lyle came in hitting at .333. Now he has 18 RBIs to go with 4 homers. I think he's perfect on the night with 3 for 3, so he's got to be closing in at .360 or so. Nice family. I'm sure hopefully some of them came to visit him from Louisiana.
Well, Cecil Cooper was telling us early on that he's one of those guys that the more comfortable he gets, then you're going to see some of that outstanding power he has as well.
Oh, I hope so.
Everything Cecil told us about him has been right on the money. He said, you know, he probably won't hit many home runs right now, but when he gets comfortable and settled in, he gets a little aware of where he's at and what these pitchers can do, and then what he can do against them. So you'll see some power. He's strong as a bull. 6'4", 240 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the thing was when he came up, he was playing against left-handed pitching only. You know how funky left-handers are. I'm sure he'd rather face right-handers. Anyway, the way he hangs in there against right-handers, it really doesn't matter who's out of the mound.
No, he is real dangerous off everybody he's facing.
Yeah, he's got that good inside-out swing working for him. Well, we'll see. As Durham, a 2-2 pitch, pops this one up. Rodriguez right at home plate. If indeed, no, that's John Marzano. I knew it. Former Carmine. So Rodriguez, rightfully so, he should be out of this ball game if he's going to catch tomorrow. Rangers need to get that ship righted. Of course, the Sox in here, you know, we got a lot of paying back to do on this road trip. Haven't won a game against California. These guys are 6-2 or worst 2-6 against the Rangers. Spanky ropes this one. Run, Spanky, run. Come on, Spank, go for 2. There he goes. Churning. Mouton holds up at third. Lavalier. Spanky now with 2 hits. And the Sox threatening once again. Look at Spanky getting the head of the bat out, ripping it by the first baseman. Rusty Greer, no chance against the speed of Lavalier. So Spanky at second, Mouton at third.
Well, coming in, we were 2-6 against Texas, 1-8 against California.
That's right. We did won the last game against those guys.
5-4 against Oakland. So you're right. I think the club's in the right mindset to go ahead and have themselves just a solid road trip.
Yeah. Well, hopefully so, because this has always been a tough trip for the Sox. That 3-trip, Texas, Oakland, California, have not thrived, especially this season.
Well, a couple of years ago, I remember we came out and we had some outstanding trips to the coast.
Ozzie grounds out but gets himself an RBI in the process as Lyle Mouton scores. 14-3 Sox. So one dog the hitter. Ozzie now 33 runs batted in on the season. Lance takes the fastball away. Lance Johnson 2 for 5. Homer, RBI single, a couple of runs scored. So he's having himself a fine evening. 303 is what he's hitting as he stands at home plate. Ooh, right in his wheelhouse. Takes it for strike 2. Check that 1-1. And he pops that one up to left field. McLemore out in left field. He makes the catch, and that'll do it. Sox put one more on the board, and after 7.5, lead it 14-3. Some White Sox fans in attendance here at the ballpark in Arlington, and they have not been dismayed.
Come on, Jeff.
Oh, look at that. 14 runs on 17 hits. Scott Reifert stopped by a minute ago, one of the PR guys for the Sox. As a line drive. Ozzie quickly backhands it, and 1 pitch, 1 out. That was Jeff Fry batting for Will Clark. Well, in the spot for Will Clark. Luis Ortiz is batting for Juan Gonzalez, who was 2 for 3, the only guy with a good night going for himself for the Rangers. And Juan may have hurt his left wrist his last at bat. Ought to take a couple nights off, Juan, you know what I mean?
I think the next 3 off.
Well, Scott Reifert came by and said that at the time of the Sox big inning, that 6-run inning that the Sox had in the 4th inning, they were tied in batting average for the year with the Cleveland Indians, who were 3 hit by my man Sadowski today.
3-hitter?
Yeah.
By the Orchard.
The Orchard. Yeah, and so at that point, the Sox and the Indians were both hitting .288 as a team. So it looked like the Sox may have picked up a couple of 8 points since then. They'd be leading the league in hitting. Believe that? And they're still trying to get that. With a victory today, the White Sox would go 54-64, 10 games under 500. So you can imagine what the story has been as far as pitching and defense for the season.
Well, besides that, talking about those grand slams, 2 by Ventura tonight, 1 by John Jaha, they've just been an unbelievable amount of grand slams hit this year.
Yeah. As
Ortiz fouls that pitch off right side.
Yeah, you would have to think.
Look at this. Most grand slams in 1 year, 111. This season, previous 100, 1987. And we've still got 26 more games to go.
In a shortened season. That is amazing. What does that tell you?
Secondary pitching is...
Woo! Not too good. Ortiz pops to shallow right. Ray Durham right there puts it away for the 2nd out.
And a reminder, the first 20,000 fans attending the September 20th game against the Cleveland Indians will receive Chicago American Giant Pins courtesy of Vandenberg Foods. Game time is 7:05 and tickets are available by dialing 312-831-1-SOX.
Here's Lou Frazier. He's batting in Mickey Tettleton's spot. He played center field last inning. There's a curveball, catches the outside corner. So Radinsky looks sharp in relief of Jason Beret, who worked 6 solid innings, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned on just 3 hits. Fastball misses away, so Jason in line to pick up his 31st career victory and his 7th on the season in '95, and also go 4-1 against the Rangers in his career. Dave Valley is on deck. There's a fastball at the knees. Misses just a little bit low. 2-1. Oh, that one misses. 3-1. 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Grounded foul at home plate. So, with a 3-2 pitch coming up, let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
The ballpark at Arlington with Ken Harrelson. This is Tom Paciorek as Frazier hits it in the right field. Frazier not going to get it as Mike Cameron comes on for another nice shoestring catch. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Radinsky. We've played 8. Sox lead it by 11. Check this one out.
Mike Cameron leads off the top of the 9th inning against the new hurler for the Rangers, right-hander Mark Brandenburg. A 1-2 count to Cameron, and nice defensive play right here, fighting the lights, got an angle, fought him off and made the play. Looks like a nice catch made. There's a breaking ball, so Mike is gone. And some defensive changes, which we will give you. Mark McLemore in left field. Lou Frazier in center. Rusty Greer in right. Around the horn, Dave Valley at first. Jeff Rye at second. Benji Gill at short. Mike Pagliarulo at third. John Marzano behind the plate. Mark Brandenburg on the hill. Here's Dave Martinez. Dave 1 for 5. Single and a run scored. 14 runs, 17 hits for the Sox. 3 runs, just 3 hits for Texas. Sox will pick up their 6th straight victory. That's foul. And we'll have tomorrow night's game for you right here over WGN. Alex Fernandez against Kenny Rogers. We'll also have Thursday's game for you right here over WGN when Wilson Alvarez will tee it up against Roger Pavlik. Breaking ball a little bit high, says McClellan. So the count 2-1. You're just tuning in. 4 home runs in this ball game, won by Texas. Juan Gonzalez, his 21st, a 2-run shot in the first inning. Lance Johnson for the Sox on the very first pitch of the ball game from Kevin Gross. And 2 grand slams by Robin Ventura in the 4th and 5th innings. So that's ball 4 to David. And that'll bring up Barry Lyons. Barry's been to the plate 1 time, fly to left field. Frank Thomas, as we mentioned, a couple of walks, couple of runs scored tonight. Frank has now picked up 120 walks on the year. Slaps that fastball in the right field. That's going to be a base hit. David makes a turn. Here's a throw by Greer. Not in time. So with 1 out, the Sox have runners at the corners. And guess who's coming up to the plate?
Jeez. That leadoff guy gets on base.
Robin tying a major league record. 8 players to 2 grand slams in 1 game. 1 of 4 players to do it in consecutive innings, and the last one to do it since 1970 when Frank Robinson turned the trick. Here's a shot. Right to Valley, makes the catch, steps on the bag, side is retired. Nothing across for the Sox. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, 14-3. Good guy. Sox by 11 here in the bottom of the ninth inning and a pitching change in place of Scott Rudinsky, who worked 2 perfect innings. It'll be Rod Bolton. There you see the numbers on Rod. So Dave Valley will lead it off for Texas.
Come on, Dave.
Valley making his first plate appearance. And a reminder, Wendy's presents the Family Sox Pack at Comiskey Park for only $15 per person. Fans receive a game ticket and food coupon in an alcohol and smoke-free area on selected Saturday and Sunday Sox home games. So for more information, just dial 312-451-5339. First pitch misses, says McClellan. 1-0 the count.
David, come on.
He joined the slate. Sox with 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 6 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, 1 in the eighth. Because there's a base hit by Valley. Just the 4th Ranger hit this evening. Jason Ray really pitched well. Going 6 innings, 3 runs, only 2 earned. Gave up just 3 hits, 4 walks, had 5 strikeouts. But he had some bad defense behind him there for a while. Pitched over some mistakes. And except for those 3 walks to Otis Nixon. And 1 to Will Clark. For the most part, he was on top in the count, the Ranger hitters. Jason Bray gets on top in the count. He's going to pitch well. Greer taking Durham right over. Up with it, Ozzie. Little hesitation right there. Broke the rhythm of the play, so the only thing they can do is force Valley.
Come on, Mike. Come on, back.
And that's out number 1.
Bray was a little bit unsure on this hop right there. Oh boy. It was very close. Got that ball underneath him. Didn't have his glove out front.
Yeah, that is one habit that Ray is going to have to work on. Catching the ball out in front rather than behind or underneath him.
Yeah. Well, you don't see the ball.
Well, you can't control a hop. You're just at the mercy of the hop there. You have absolutely no flexibility. As Mike Pagliarulo takes ball 1. Tags 0 for 3.
You'll turn a short hop into an in-between hop by having your hands back there.
There have only been a few infielders who caught the ball back in their stance, so to speak, and played consistently well. And I'm saying few, probably 1/10 of 1%.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Well, Fergosi caught the ball. He was a stabber. And he was a pretty good shortstop for a long time.
Yeah.
But they are a vast minority. There's a ground ball. Durham up with it. Over to Ozzie. Just playing a little 4-6 fielder's choice here as Greer's retired. 2 out. Here comes Sam Horn.
Ray just wanted to see if he could do it right this time, and he did. Got a nice turn. He made a solid throw.
Come on, Big Sam. Come on.
Well, here he is.
Who is this guy, Duke?
This is the guy that we've been waiting for. They don't have any clocks in this ballpark. You know that? For the last 3 hours and 10 minutes. And his name is
Big Sam Horn. Backdoored him with a breaking ball.
Wow, he is big. I haven't seen Sam in a long time.
Big man.
Well, he was the #1 draft choice with the Red Sox a few moons ago.
1-1 the count.
He's not too good on defense.
Sam got off to a good start when you were with Baltimore.
All right, Big. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah, he did. A lot of homers.
Well, he's had trouble laying off the fastball from the belt up, and he couldn't get there. That's been the pitch. Is just worn him out.
Yeah.
At the major league level.
Yeah, you're right, because down low.
Oh, he's dangerous. Checks it up.
Out of the way, Biggin. Go on.
And takes ball 3. So 3-1 the count. With 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Jason's going to pick up his 7th victory against 11 defeats. And Gross is going to fall to 7-14. As that's ball 4.
One down.
And that'll bring up John Marzano.
Well, maybe this is the guy we were waiting for.
I'm telling you, every time we do that, Duke, the guy gets on base. That's the last time.
Come on, give me one more shot.
Who is this guy?
This is the guy we've been waiting for 3 hours and 12 minutes. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's what he was doing in Oklahoma City. Good years. That pitch popped up right side. The change, Wimpy's going to be right. Dave Martinez is there, makes the catch, and this ball game is over. So the Sox come out featuring 2 grand slams in the 4th and 5th innings off the bat of Robin Ventura as Jason Beret picks up his 7th victory. They win it 14-3